we yavaayo n'ayogera ebintu ebyamutuusibwako ab'amagye. Many of us thought nti yali mu firimu, era bangi baakola clip nga bagamba nti Barbie azannya firimu. Later on ekifaananyi kifuluma ng'akifulumiza yali CDF w'amagye, ekimukubiraga nti yes Barbie mutuusaako. Olunaku olw'ejjo omukyala amanyikibwa nga General Naraiso yabadde ku mukutu ogumu ng'akyaziddwa n'agamba nti ab'amagye baagendayo ne bakola bye bakola, naye bwe baba bazzeeyo tetugenda kuddamu bakkiriza kukola bye baakola luli, ekitegeeza naye ajustifyinga balina bye baakola. Now omukyala amanyikibwa nga Dr. Sarah Bireete avuddeyo n'anarratinga naye embeera gye baamuyisaamu nga bazze omukwata ewuwe nga teyawukanira ddala n'embeera gye bayisaamu Barbie oba Barbara Bitungo Kyagulanyi. Njagala owulirize Dr. Sarah Bireete ng'ayogera ku nsonga eyo, tukomewo.
And then the conversations we had in prison, indeed, the wrong conversations, is some people would say you are lucky, we know where you are. Because as we speak, that's after the abduction of Zedriga and Katshava and many others. Then at least for you, we can come here and see you. But how about the other women leaders? By then their whereabouts were unknown. So I kept challenging them. I said, why are we adjusting into a problem? Say that I'm lucky. To some extent they are right. But slowly we have adjusted into a crisis. Say that for you, you are lucky, we know where you are. Everybody has adjusted into a crisis. How can you say that? Why did people waste money making a constitution? If we are to celebrate that we know where a person is. The whole country has adjusted into the constitutional crisis that Dr. Karumba was talking about. So the story then of Natete, you know better, because I was grounded. I would be told many people were here, I would be given names. And thank you for the love and answer that. It's very, very important. Extremely important to show up. Even when you know you can't do much. Because people kept coming. Even when they knew they would be denied access to me. Because they were denied access, including my brother. I would see the only time I saw him from a distance. He was officially denied access. Talk to me. He's a heir to our family. He's my father. And then the annoying thing. Allegedly, Human Rights Commission sent an official to check on me after there was that rumor that women were going to protest. I never saw anyone at Natete from Uganda Human Rights Commission. Then I hear a tweet has been sent that now Sarah is okay and we can confirm she has access to her family, her lawyers. You people, my lawyers struggled to access me at Natete. I was denied legal representation as I was interrogated. I was alone. I had 4 lawyers at Natete. They were all denied. I was denied legal representation. I met my lawyers for the first time on fast. A few hours towards the lapse of 48 hours of legal detention to receive instructions. They were denied access every day at Natete. My family would struggle for about 3 hours to serve me a simple meal. And then Human Rights Commission sends out such a tweet. Are we together? I know they came to see me in prison and I told them to bring down that tweet. And now I'm going to check whether they have brought it down. I told them, because we are partners, we have an MOU with Uganda Human Rights Commission, as CCG. I told them we are partners. If you can tell a lie about me, how about simple citizens that are unknown? How do you protect their rights? I asked them to fire an individual that told a false report about meeting me in Natete, and I'm going to write to them. She does not deserve to serve in that office. When the time for interrogation came, so every day I would ask, why am I here? Because other than what I was told at home, I spent 2 days without seeing anybody else. Natete would tell me, for us we were told to give you custody. We are not the arrested entity. We don't know your issues. Therefore, Kampala Metropolitan Police. I said, fine, but so am I just dumped here? So I was like a lodger. Until I said, you people, it's come to 48 hours. So if you were told to give me custody, your time is almost over. Tell them to either come and do their job, or if you don't release me, you will also be part of the suit for violating my rights. So I think it was 2 hours, now like 46 hours in detention. So the IO who picked me at home with one of the female officers, come, interrogation. Oh, no, we need a big space, we need what? My lawyers were present all the time. At Natete, I had a good presentation, but outside, no interaction. So they said they want to interrogate me in a big conference hall. So I walked there. I said, can't I have one lawyer? They told me, okay, select one. So I said, the one who was there at the foundation, during arrest, let him come. So when he came in, he said, no, let him keep outside. If we need him, we shall do what? Yes. So I said, fine. After all, I don't want the 48-hour apps to be blamed on me. I think it was part of the trick. Demanding for legal representation, I said, let's go ahead with the interrogation. The issues I was asked had nothing to do with the case now in court. Did you make an address to where? Did you make an address to where? So I don't even know what kind of report they made. But the charge sheet I saw in court had nothing to do with the interrogation or the things I was told upon arrest. So that's where we are. And I want to leave that now for court. That's court business. So while in Ruzira, I learned, because you are already in a bad situation. So you better find how useful you can be in that bad situation. Because it was what it was. So I started moving around, interacting with the prisoners. Then I found there is a Justice Defenders Department, some NGO called the Justice Defenders, doing a very good job, but with the limitations, and that's why I'm talking about them. The limitations of funding and the limitations of lawyers. And I am talking about it because of the need to volunteer and support those people of justice defenders. So generally, through observation, 70% of the women there, and they are on cases to do with domestic violence. 70% domestic violence. And 80% of the reasons why they are there is because they could not afford a lawyer. When you go to the details of the, and I of course, most of the women leaders in civil society visited me. I think about 90%, even if they are not here.
Yep, there's no
90% of the women leaders visited me in prison. So I told them, that we need to write a constitution for women. A simple guide to women on how to live their lives as women. Because if these women knew simple basics of what their rights are, what are the do's and don'ts in a relationship, they wouldn't be in prison. They wouldn't be. And I want to pursue that challenge. Honorable Winnie Chisa, you're here. I want to invite you and give you a bigger mentorship challenge. I know you have done so well and you've made us proud, always. Lead us to draft a constitution for women. Because the other fronts of the family relations bill has failed. We know how we've struggled with the marriage and divorce bill, more than 20 years. And this is not an issue to do with, I know that men, if somebody went to their side, they also have maybe similar challenges. But I am not a witness to that because I was confined with women. Let's write a guide to every woman and put it in 8 local languages. Honorable Winnie Chisa, let your foundation lead, and CCG will work with you, and other women will join us. We distribute it free to women, and we let men pay a little fee. I hope that won't be too much. If the men want to know what guide we are giving to women, let them pay a little fee, because we want money to make it accessible to all women. And I want to ask Winnie in your presence whether she will take up the challenge. I know there are so many women who would love to take on that challenge. When they ask Winnie, they are asking the women of Uganda, the women of the world, as to whether it is important for women to have access to information, to know their rights, to know how they can defend themselves and how they can seek assistance. I will take it up. Thank you so much. The Winnie is a foundation has offered protection. CCG is behind number 2. We shall ask women to sign up, either as organizations or as individuals. And Law Society is represented here. So I'm going to ask the CEO on whether they will join this challenge. Because I know they do a lot of legal aid and they know these issues. We shall join the challenge. Fantastic. So I think what in the faith terms, because I will also share what I was told in terms of faith, the people there, the worship leaders, there's a strong movement that maybe you need to interact with. I will also share their faith part of the reasons they were telling me why I was in prison. Others gave me verses in Deuteronomy and Joshua that maybe it's a shelter. I was sheltered there. Others told me maybe there are things I needed to see that the women movement was not paying attention to. And so if that was one of the reasons, because I don't want to go back.
I'm going to block him. He's being insulted.
Just let him be.
So that portion I think is done. There is another cause that I want us to support. There's a child only in prison with the 2 holes in the heart. 2 holes in the heart by a very poor mother that was detained from his syndrome, has nobody to visit her, has nothing in terms of care for this child. I used to share every meal with this child. I don't know what she's eating now. She had no food, no proper clothing.
No, you can hold.
They have nothing.
Oh, you big.
And if the mother is released, the mother can't afford medical treatment. That's the second cause that I will post for women for Uganda, that we stand with this child born in prison in these conditions. When I was taken to prison, she was malnourished. The little time I spent there, she gained 2 kilos and started to try to stand and sit and crawl. It's a very critical help that we need to take up as mothers of this nation. I think I will stop there. That was my experience.
Thank you very much, Doctor, and everyone else who has made speeches. It's a very touching story there. And personally, I'm speechless. I know we all are. And it's definitely a very trying moment for all of us to listen to these stories. We thought Dr. Sarah Bireete to come and talk about what it was like, but